Welcome to today's episode of Critical Mass Radio Show. I am your guest host, filling in for Rick Franzi. My name is Genese Davis. Our first guests today are Reynolds and Guy Cirinelli from the Corporate Film Guys. This business talk show airs live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Heard live exclusively in Orange County's only community radio station, octalkradio.net. If you're listening to this show as a podcast, we encourage you to listen live during our broadcast times. This show is brought to you by our advertisers, Decision Toolbox, Smart Business Magazine, Succession Strategies, and our newest sponsor, Center Club, MBN Design, SNH Rubber, Tone Software, and UPS Protection. The goal for this show is to help you, our listening audience of CEOs and middle market firms, to improve your decision-making skills. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our guests again, Reynolds and Guy Cirinelli. How are you guys?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. This is going to be an exciting show. I'm excited, especially because this is about film, which is near and dear to my heart. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your background and your experience?
Sure. Well, I've been doing video production, corporate video production, for about 30 years now. Started in 1984, right out of high school, actually, working at a corporate film and television production studio up in Burbank, California, and doing a show called Window on Wall Street. And that was a lot of fun. We would interview CEOs of companies and find out, kind of like this show, what makes a company tick and things like that. And I started just at the ground floor of that company, helping out, cleaning the studio and being a production assistant. Kind of moved my way up to cameraman, director, and editor, and
Awesome.
Just really loved it. And that's just kind of like,
You were
I
hooked.
found it. Yes, I found my love.
Awesome. Ryan?
Well, for me, I took kind of a more varied approach to film. I got into it after I finished my MBA degree. Before then, I had jobs as a production manager of a factory, and as an a corporate IT guy, which was a big change. I also did some consulting and some business development stuff. So, I think after the MBA program, when I met up with Guy, it was a great opportunity to get into a new industry and in a position where we could really jump between a bunch of different businesses and a bunch of different industries, and it's been fun.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about the Corporate Film Guys and highlight just what your particular focus is, what makes your firm differentiated in the market?
Well, I think for us, okay, so we're a video production company, kind of a micro studio over in Lake Forest, close to Irvine Spectrum. We target middle market companies and above, which I think some of our customers are Panasonic Avionics, QLogic and CoreLogic, Hoag Hospital Foundation, Toshiba. So we do kind of a variety of product-related videos and internal release videos. We film a lot of live events, and what am I missing, Guy?
Corporate communications, and just now with the web, it's seeming that everyone needs a video for their website. So
Guy, as the founder, how is that what caught your eye? Is that what you thought when deciding to make this company?
No, when I first started, there was no internet, of course. So
just dated himself there.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, but everything was going on TV. So we just thought we put all the videos on tape and send them out to all the TV stations, and they would air these TV shows. And then so now with the internet, everyone needs YouTube videos for their websites. They like their viral videos and all that kind of stuff. So there's a whole new resurgence with websites, and it seems like if someone isn't making a video, they're losing out because their competitors are all out there making videos.
Right. This reminds me of my industry. I'm an author and host and a columnist, and one of my passions, of course, is writing. And I remember when I was writing my novel, The Holder's Dominion, I was asked, when is the book teaser, when is the book trailer coming out? Because now in the literary industry, trailers for books are becoming more and more popular. And, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know that you can use films, teasers, trailers, to show visually what you're doing with your business, how you're connecting people, really your goal. And that's so important in business, right, is defining your purpose. What's your niche? Who are you trying to connect?
Yeah, definitely. And it's just such a great way to get people's personality across, because you can see them and hear them. And we've done a couple videos for authors of books that talk about, it just shows you their personality, their background. And then the other videos you could do is what the book is all about, get people interested, right from the author's voice. So
Sure. So could you go into a little bit about that, of what services you do offer and the different type of clients you've created videos for?
Sure. As far as services go, we do everything from concept development all the way through to delivery. So we do
script writing, talent auditions. We do all the filming ourselves. We have the post-production editing, animations, custom music creation if you need.
All the way to encoding for however they're going to be showing it, whether it's on a company intranet, YouTube, Vimeo, or mobile devices.
So if a client, if they wanted a teaser to show for their business, but they had no idea what angle they should go with, you would be there to guide them through the process?
Yeah, actually did that just earlier today. We're talking to a company about a new hire orientation or a recruitment video, and to get people excited about this company, and they just really didn't know which way to turn. And they're a pretty conservative company, but we're helping them kind of push the envelope a little bit and do something creative to show their video.
So we went in there with one of our script writers, and we sat down with them, and we pulled a bunch of inspiration videos, both stuff that we have done and stuff that other people had done, kind of best practices, and we sat down and talked about ideas and said, okay, well, we like this from this video, we don't like this. This is kind of feel we're going for, and then we'll take it back, come up with a sample script for them, and go from there. Right,
because I lead panels, one of them on filmmaking and how to create a teaser all over the U.S. for conventions and expos and all kinds of things where people who want to create a business come and they want to learn. And a chiropractor came up to me and he said, how would I create a teaser? And he had no idea what angle, what he should do. So it's really exciting to have you guys on the show.
Can we talk about your family business? You know, that thing you put your whole life's blood, sweat, and tears into? Well, what happens when you retire or try and pass that business on to your children? At Succession Strategies, we can help you find the answers. We'll guide you through the unsettling process of protecting your family legacy and successfully passing your business on to the next generation, safely and securely, ensuring that it'll both survive and thrive for generations to come. So ask yourself just one question. Can I really afford to wait? Take the first step. Take our complimentary self-assessment at successionstrategies.com or call us at 714-560-9022 to set up a free consultation at your convenience. That's succession-strategies.com.
Today's businesses are embracing voice-over IP telephones and unified communication desktop technologies to more effectively communicate and collaborate with their customers, suppliers, and colleagues. The Reliatel management software from Tone Software Corporation helps organizations of all sizes manage their communications technologies to ensure great voice quality and better levels of service and reliability throughout their business. Through Reliatel, you'll gain higher return on investments from VoIP and unified communications technologies while lowering the associated operational support and maintenance costs. Learn more. Visit www.tonesoft.com or call 800-833-8663 for information on Reliatel by Tone Software, the solution for quality business communications.
Hey, did you know that over 73% of consumer packaged goods and retail products fail miserably within their first year? Why? Because they find themselves in the pit of unawareness. You don't want to go there. Call me, and I'll make sure that your packaging gets noticed. You know how I know? Because I'm the founder and creative director of MBN Design. We're one of Orange County's most established and trusted design firms. With over 20 years of experience, I can ensure that your brand will always stay new. Ask me how our packaging sold millions in months, or see for yourself other success stories on our website at www.mbndesign.com. We're MBN because we're making brands new. Call 714-458-8701 and talk to me, Hector Garcia. That's my cell, 714-458-8701. I'll be waiting for your call.
Welcome back to Critical Mass Radio Show. I'm your guest host, filling in for Rick Franzi, Genese Davis. I want to thank and acknowledge our listeners who download our show as a podcast. You have downloaded over 13,000 shows during the last 30 days. We here at the program really appreciate your continued and growing support. All shows can be heard live on octalkradio.net or rebroadcast anytime from iTunes, Stitcher.com, Spreaker.com, and other business-oriented podcasting services. I'm here today speaking with Ryan Reynolds and Guy Cirinelli from the Corporate Film Guys, and we left off right about to talk about how films can be award-winning and bring even more exposure to your business. So do these things get entered in competitions, or how does it go?
Yeah, so in our business, there are a few different award places that we could submit our videos to be considered for awards, Telly Awards, Communicator Awards, and things like that. And we try to submit some of the best of our work each year, and actually we've been winning 1 to 2 awards every year for the past, say, 10 years or so. So yeah, we really enjoy that. I think the clients enjoy getting, a part of that too, having a trophy for their reception area and things like that.
Beautiful trophies.
And just so many businesses can really grasp how influential this can be, can you discuss just a little bit more the benefits of utilizing corporate videos as opposed to other marketing and media tools?
Sure, yeah. Well, of course, with videos, you get to see it and hear it and just really experience it, whether you do different sound effects and things like that just really engage you with music and things like that, and different interviews with people, also with footage from around the facilities, maybe it's a corporate facility and things like that, so it really engages the viewer.
I think it's a more encompassing medium for communication. I mean, you have a combination of, like I was saying, animations coming in, highlighting statistics, and at the same time you can get that real emotional impact of that sincerity of having a person in front of the camera actually talking to you, conveying their point. So whether it's I love CoreLogic because it's an amazing place to work. I mean, you can see that in their face, and that's something that you'll never get from print.
And like I mentioned before the break, the chiropractor that came up at the end of the panel and asked, what would I do? One of the directors from my film teaser for the novel said, why don't you do a story about a patient? Like, follow that patient along, one of your most common cases. So instead of just having a commercial that just talks about the prices and the list, very stagnant, really make it a human-to-human connection so people can really feel how it would impact them.
Oh, yeah, we do a lot of stuff. We did one for Hoag Foundation that was a nurses video that had a bunch of nurses come on and tell their stories, communicating to the donors, thanking the donors for stuff they had done. And I mean, it just, seeing it had a real emotional impact. There were actually tears in the crowd when they showed it.
Yeah, it's really great when you can get tears going, or people getting the chills and things like that when they're watching videos.
Right,
that's special. We take that. That to heart.
We love it.
Absolutely. So who is most likely to reach out to you guys, and have you seen a change in your sales or in your business?
Well, yes, we've seen a change, but we get calls from just about everyone from a mom and pop shop that's looking to start up and has this much money to spend, that much being a little bit for those who can't see this right now, to the bigger businesses. And I think for us, our ideal client is a kind of a middle market and above company, a business that has multiple divisions, something where the different divisions all need videos, because that gives us a chance to really explore their business on a variety of levels, and really get to know them. And from a creative standpoint, it makes it a lot more exciting for us too, because we get to do a lot of different stuff. Like Toshiba is a great example of that. With we handle their business to business stuff as well as a bunch of their business the B2C stuff, and it's everything from this is why I love this new phone system to check out this new laptop that's coming out. So it's fun.
And it really sounds like corporate videos, personal videos, they can really help and enhance any type of business. It really sounds like, from the publishing industry, like we were saying, with books, to even entertainment industries, comic books, obviously films, of course. We see trailers every day in the movie theater for that.
Yep.
But what would they need? Like, if someone had a small business, what would they need when they approach you? Yeah, what's this typical budget? Or they don't need a script. They don't need, they can rely on you guys for so much of it. But what should they be thinking about when they come into your office?
I think they should really be thinking about who they want to reach. We can help lead them through a script and figuring out what they want to say and how best to communicate that. But they really need to understand who they're going to go after, and ideally from there, we can help them say, well, for this type of customer, you really want to, they're going to be on YouTube, so you want a YouTube style video, and in your industry, these are the best videos that are out there, and we'll show them a couple of examples, and we can help generate ideas off of that. But if they don't know who their customer is, that's when things get a little more.
Yeah, and a lot of customers now are doing just short training videos, like just how to change a battery in this phone, or how to change your password, and things like that. Just little helpful, real short modules that can live on their help page, and customers just can keep going back to that. It gets people to keep going back to their website for help. And things like that.
Sure, absolutely. One of the things that Rick Franzi, he always brings up, and I absolutely love this, is he talks about a business's guiding principle. Something that is yours, something that you hold near and dear to your heart. And one of the things that I brought up with him is Simon Sinek, from the TED Talk, where he talks about people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And when you can really define who the people are that you're going to connect, like you mentioned, and your audience, and it can just do wonders for your business, because then you're able to share that on a personal level. So the corporate film guys, what do you feel has been your guiding principle to really steer your business?
I think it's forming a partnership with our clients, and from start to finish, and being there for them through the entire process, because creating a video can take 4 to 6 weeks, and we usually, one of our pillars is genuine camaraderie, so we do become friends with our clients, and keep them long term, and they know they can count on us to call anytime to either update a video or things like that. And we become friends with our customers.
That's one thing I've really learned from Guy coming into the corporate film guys, is I've been so impressed with how many of our customers come over for Guy and Marge's famous pizza parties and their ice cream parties and everything. I mean, it's great. Fun. It's great to see everyone outside of the workplace, and it's good.
That's awesome. I mean, that's why we're all here, right?
Yeah.
Human connection.
Absolutely.
And when you're working with people that you can connect with and that you feel comfortable with and confident with and you can trust, it just makes a world of difference for every business.
Yeah, for sure.
So, since so many of our listeners are running their own businesses and their own CEOs and founders, can you describe some of the challenges that face your business and how you go about, taking those on?
Sure, yeah, and a lot's changed over the past 30 years, obviously, in the business.
I bet.
And when we started, to edit a simple video, it would be in a pretty large studio with a wall full of different computers and equipment, and the editor would need to learn each of those pieces of gear. Now, it's all on a laptop and a computer, and what you can do with it is just amazing, just with one computer. And so that's kind of just the change in technology is always a challenge just to keep up with all that, all the software. There's many different editing programs. The cameras keep changing, and it's just getting a little bit easier for the average consumer.
Are there any secrets from a business standpoint as far as, do you buy equipment? Do you rent it? Do you...
Well, if you want to make some money, you buy your equipment. I mean, you're going to be paying it all out if you end up renting it. And I think that's one of the areas where we kind of differentiate stuff or break away or mitigate the risk of these upstarts, because Guy was alluding to the barriers to entry getting lower and lower as the cost of all this equipment goes down, but having the equipment makes a big difference for us.
Absolutely, that's great. Mm-hmm. What about opportunity for growth? Can you tell a little bit of our listeners about where you're taking your business and your goals?
Well, so as technology evolves, you have new stuff coming out all the time. GoPros and drones are all over every place now. And I mean, what it's doing is it's changing the entire environment from a creative standpoint. There are so many new angles you can achieve through these things. I mean, you look at what a drone can do, for a real estate company or a realtor, or, stuff like that with flyovers. I mean, years ago, that would have been so expensive to pull off helicopter angles and everything. It's really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, just renting a helicopter to get that shot.
Oh, man.
No one would do it. So now, just with simple little remote control GoPros in the air, you could really get some great angles.
I can't even imagine how cool that would be. So basically, anyone can come to your business. They can make any type of film. How could someone reach you? Tell us a little bit about your online presence and what people need to do to find you.
Well, we have a website, thecorporatefilmguys.com. And our phone number is 855-FILM-GUYS. We have part of our
that.
Yeah, thank you. We have part of our portfolio online. We also have a lot of other stuff that we can show you if you reach out to us. Happy to take calls anytime. And our email address is sales@thecorporatefilmguys.com.
And could you say that number one more time?
855-FILM-GUYS or sales@thecorporatefilmguys.com.
Awesome. We have been speaking with Ryan Reynolds and Guy Cirinelli from the Corporate Film Guys. I want to thank you both so much for coming. It's such a pleasure having you.
Great.
Absolutely. And just thank you so much for being a friend of the show, and you are now a part of the family. So we welcome you to the Critical Mass business community.
Love it.
Next up, we have a really special guest. It's going to be, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be awesome. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. I'm your guest host, Genese Davis.
When it comes to pioneers in their respective industries, we all know the Apples, Starbucks, and Trader Joe's of the world. In the realm of recruiting, Decision Toolbox is the industry's best-kept secret. With 90% of their business from referrals and repeat customers. For over 20 years, Decision Toolbox's U.S.-based team of recruiters, sourcers, professional writers, quality personnel, and tech support has perfected a Six Sigma approach to talent management. No matter the size of the project, Decision Toolbox delivers incredible results. A cost per hire less than half of what contingency firms charge, with the winning candidate presented in an average of 14 days, all with a 12-month candidate warranty. With results like that, Decision Toolbox won't be a secret for long. Visit us at www.dtoolbox.com for more information.
If you are an Orange County CEO or a business owner, this message is for you. Do you ever feel isolated with no place to turn for advice or feedback? Who holds you accountable to your commitments in your company? Where do you find the right resources to help you and your company grow? If you have had these questions, then Critical Mass for Business might be the answer for you. Critical Mass for Business is committed to helping you make better decisions through the power of peer learning. These are groups of peers who are running businesses just like you. CEO Peer Groups provides a great sounding board to test fresh ideas and new concepts, review your strategic plans and tactical goals, and present issues and opportunities for a critical discussion. The result is improved strategy, accountability, and improved business results. If you are interested in learning more, go to www.criticalmassforbusiness.com and learn about our CEO peer groups. CEO peer groups is a registered trademark of Critical Mass for Business.
S&H Rubber is a manufacturing company in Fullerton, California. We specialize in custom molded, extruded, and stamped rubber parts. If your next job requires a rubber part, we would appreciate the opportunity to quote on it. We serve aerospace, automotive, and many other industries. We work with many types of rubber, including silicone, EPDM, neoprene, bunanitrile, and Viton. Our quality system is ISO and AS 9100 approved. Over our 47 years in business, the S&H brand has become known for superior quality, quick turnaround, and competitive pricing. Please check out our website at www.shrubber.com or call 714-525-0277. Let S&H be your sealing solution.
Imagine what it would feel like to lose everything. Your job, your home, your family, your dignity. This has happened to thousands of the men, women, veterans, and young adults we serve at Working Wardrobes. What do we do to help? We provide career development services, life skills workshops, job skills training. We provide the perfect interview outfit, and we get clients placed in jobs. Call Working Wardrobes, 714-210-2460. Donate, volunteer, invest, hire.
UPS Protection has been protecting systems in the U.S. against brownouts, blackouts, and poor quality power for over 25 years. We provide power protection systems, including UPS, lighting inverters, generators, and service for clients from coast to coast. We specialize in solving all your power needs. As a direct reseller of the best brands in the industry, including Liebert, Powerware, and APC, we can solve all your power protection needs. Protecting your power is our main goal. We offer on-site or depot repair of our critical equipment. To better serve your budget constraints, UPS Protection also offers both reconditioned and new products.
Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Critical Mass Radio Show. I am your guest host, Genese Davis, filling in for Rick Franzi. I'm very excited to welcome our second guest, Mr. Alan Au with Jimmy Au's for Men 5'8" and Under. And I'd just like to remind everyone that our audience demographic is 98% business owners and executives who listen to learn from our guests. If your firm is interested in reaching these top decision makers, then advertising on our radio show may be the answer. Each month, our sponsors gain valuable exposure through their support of the show. We deliver over 30,000 highly targeted sponsor impressions a month. And to learn more, contact the absolutely fabulous Rose Chimura at 951-515-4661. That's 951-515-4661. And a reminder, all shows can be found from our website, criticalmassforbusiness.com. I'm returning now again with our second guest, Alan Au. Hi, Alan.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's so great to have you here. So just to get us started off, tell us a little bit about your background and your experience prior to your current position.
Well, I actually grew up in the business. I'm firstborn, and when my parents first started, it was just a custom suit business. And while that was going on, they traveled across the U.S. And when that was happening, it was very easy to get around and do custom orders. But when my mom became pregnant with me, it was time to settle down, and that's when it transferred to retail.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it got started. And
when was that? How long ago?
Oh, boy. 1975, I think. I was born in 72, and so, back then, things were very simple. There was no nanny. I grew up in the tailor shop in the playpen.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
So I had this narrow view into the front of the store, and that was pretty much it for a little while until my parents could afford to have a babysitter, and that's why I kind of grew up in the business. I was always involved, and by the time my sister and brother came along, we were at home.
But to have that kind of perspective, I mean, to be rooted in it, I think is really special because you have seen the evolution. You have seen and met with so many different type of clients from the time you were so young. I can't imagine how much that brings to your business. So let's definitely get into it. I mean, how have you seen your business evolve to what it is today?
Well, it's actually very different. When my dad first started this business, it was the concept was to do a custom suit business, taking orders and having suits made in Hong Kong. And that started back in 1958, 59, during his sophomore year of college. It was in a salesmanship class, and a guaranteed A was being able to launch your business idea, and which he did.
Wow.
And it was surprising. He went to school at the time, the Church College of Hawaii, which is now BYU Hawaii. And he had 2 jobs. He worked at the cannery and at the school cafeteria. But when he launched this class project, he earned more in a week doing that one thing than he did in a whole month working the other 2 jobs.
Oh my goodness.
And so that's what made him switch. And next thing you know, he's taking orders from office building to office building. But Hawaii was very limited, so he came to the mainland and he started taking orders from California and Utah, and he worked around there for a while. But my dad's only 5'1", so the guys back then that needed custom suits were either short or they were tall. And after a while, it was just difficult to fit taller guys because of his own height. So eventually he focused just on short men, and then he had to find his way to where can I get a concentration of short men. And eventually, from going to office, he went from racetrack to racetrack because jockeys had the means and they were all short. All the trainers, former jockeys, they were all small guys just like my dad, so fitting them was rather easy. And from there on, he went fitting guys from racetrack to racetrack, from LA all the way to New York and back.
Oh my goodness.
And that's how it evolved into a short men's business. And when they decided to go retail, and I was born, after a couple of years, they knew this was where the focus was going to be.
I mean, that to me is really special because he was able to see a need and fill a need. And that's one of my mottos in life. You know, when I saw a gap between my circle of friends, it happened to be video game players and not video game players, I thought there has to be a way to connect them. So to hear that your family, this is a family-owned business that from the get-go has just wanted to create something special for a particular niche, right?
You know, and the funny thing about that is I don't think my dad ever intended to discover a niche. He just needed something to make his job easier. It was all about finding a way to make his job easier, and because he was he is 5'1", it just made sense to go after guys he could fit, because these tall guys that needed clothing were easily in the 6'2", 6'6" range, because back then there weren't big and tall stores around like we see today.
Sure.
So they needed just as much as a short guy. But as you can imagine, that's a huge jump trying to measure the 6'6" guy's shoulder at 5'1".
Right.
So it wasn't the same, and that's why it kind of evolved. And eventually, when he went retail, he knew he was going to stick with it, even though it wasn't just about jockeys; it was about short men in general.
Right, right. Talk a little bit about how important it is to feel confident in the way that you look when you are running a business, going to a job interview. I mean, I really feel like that can change you inside and out with how you feel in your clothes.
Yeah, and I think that plays a big role in how we take care of our customers. Like it or not, society has put a little bit of a stigma on men being short, and so guys have to deal with that. And what we want to do is make them feel confident in the way they dress and the way they look. And a lot of manufacturers out there don't know how to do that. They're not coming from a perspective like my dad, where it's not just good enough that they can wear it and the length is correct. It's got to fit proportionately. And we saved up a lot of data over the years, well before I was born, on how to properly proportion and fit short men. And we know that when things are in proportion, especially when you're short, tend to make you look taller. The perception is to look average, or proportion. Someone who's really tall can look disproportionately taller too if he's not dressed well. So it works both ways. So from the short end, if you want to look taller, you need to dress to the right proportions, just as the tall guy doesn't want to look super gigantic, we're in the wrong proportion.
Sure, absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about your store, where it's located, and what it looks like when you walk in?
We are currently located in Beverly Hills, and we specially designed the store so that it would be comfortable and an amazing experience beyond just finding clothes that fits. We make all of our fixtures shorter, our racks are lower, our seating is lower. Everything is proportionate and down to scale, even to the ceiling height compared to most department stores you might go into, and all of our mannequins are custom molded. If you walk by the store, a lot of people will be curious to look into the window and can't figure out what's different, and it's because all of our mannequins are only 5'8".
Right. I mean, as a woman, I can absolutely speak to how you were talking about pressures. The pressures to look a certain way, to dress a certain way. And when I walk around and I see different mannequins that don't look anything like my body type, it's hard to relate. So it's really cool to hear that your business has taken it the extra step, the extra level, to really every detail is specializing in this particular market.
Yeah, we really try to make that happen, because it can't just be about the clothes, because if you don't get to the point of actually trying it on, then you haven't really experienced anything yet. So we needed to do something so that the experience was comfortable before you actually got to the clothes. When you walk by the store window, like I said, they can't put their finger on it, but it occurs to some guys that I'm almost eye to eye with the mannequin. That's not something an average person is going to notice, because most male mannequins are 6 foot, 6'2". So for someone to walk by and see it eye to eye, there's something different and they don't know yet. And then when they walk in and see how everything is at a level that's comfortable to reach, pick up and touch, then they're starting to get comfortable. Then when we tell them how well it's going to fit, they're going to believe it, because everything else is prepared and set the same way. We like any other men's store, there is the lower rack and upper rack, but our upper rack is probably about 6 to 8 inches lower than you would find in a department store.
Wow. And you also have, I believe I read, TVs, and is there entertainment that you can watch while you're shopping?
Yes, I know some guys just don't want to shop and sacrifice their favorite game. We're very happy to have a dual satellite setup where, if one guy wants to catch a basketball game, another guy wants to catch a football game, we can have both games on at the same time so they don't miss anything, and we don't lose our customers on the weekend or a particular weeknight. They really have to catch that Laker game or Dodger game, so they have a chance to still get some shopping done, because it's not hard to watch a game and be able to enjoy your shopping experience. It's not.
That's very true. They're not going to want to leave your store. They have everything at their fingertips. They have all of the TVs right there in the entertainment. Again, we're speaking with Alan Au with Jimmy Au's for Men, 5'8" and under. I'm your guest host, Genese Davis, filling in for Rick Franzi. We'll be right back after these words from our valued sponsors.
There's something positive about the word up. When things are looking good, they're looking up. When someone's down, you cheer them up. So how do you move up? Well, when it comes to getting your bachelor's or master's degree, there's one university that stacks up. Brandman University. Brandman is ranked by U.S. News & World Report as one of the nation's top 10 universities for online bachelor's programs. Brandman's online graduate programs in business and education also receive top honors. So look us up at brandman.edu. Brandman University. Move up.
Smart Business Network is a business-to-business multimedia company providing insight, advice, and strategy for C-level executives of fast-growth, middle-market, and large companies. As one of the nation's largest publishers of local management journals, under the Smart Business name, Smart Business Network publishes 19 regional print editions, presents dozens of large and small-scale business conferences and award programs, and produces a vibrant interactive digital media presence. For more information, visit us at www.sbnonline.com.
UPS Protection has been protecting systems in the U.S. against brownouts, blackouts, and poor quality power for over 25 years. We provide power protection systems, including UPS, lighting inverters, generators, and service for clients from coast to coast. We specialize in solving all your power needs. As a direct reseller of the best brands in the industry, including Liebert, Powerware, and APC, we can solve all your power protection needs. Protecting your power is our main goal. We offer on-site or depot repair of our critical equipment. To better serve your budget constraints, UPS Protection also offers both reconditioned and new products.
Welcome back to Critical Mass Radio Show. I'm Genese Davis, your guest host, filling in for Rick Franzi. I want to thank and acknowledge our listeners who download our show as a podcast. You have downloaded over 13,000 shows during the last 30 days, and we here at the program really appreciate your continued and growing support. I'm here, of course, with Alan Au, with Jimmy Owls for Men, 5'8" and under. And as a reminder, all of our shows can be heard on octalkradio.net or rebroadcast anytime from iTunes, Stitcher.com, Speaker.com, and other business-oriented podcasting services. Alan, we left off with talking about how unique your particular store is. It's a family-owned business that has been going on since 1972, I believe you said. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, is just very special. It makes me want to go to your store just to see how you have really made this a target niche, how you have developed such a great store for men 5'8" and under. Can you tell us a little bit about your guiding principle, your business philosophy, and what has helped you keep your business so unique?
I think a lot of it has to do with how brilliantly stubborn my dad is with the design process. In the beginning, he spent a lot of time developing clothing with designers that we all know, Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, DKNY, where he was trying to help them develop a better fitting short size and extra short size for guys under 5'5". And he did that for a long time, and it was very successful for a long time. But eventually, there was a point where he felt the fit could be better, but by improving it more, it actually skewed away from their design philosophy and how they want it to look. And eventually, that's when my dad decided he had to go on his own and do the whole process himself, because he wanted to look a certain way, because his whole thought was, we need to make it fit well on a shorter man because it'll make him look better.
Right. Thinking about the future and an opportunity for growth for your business, how do you approach that?
Well, I think there's a lot of room for growth, not just for us, but other price points too. Shorter men represent a very normal bell curve. If you look at U.S. Census data, the male population is a normal bell curve, and there are just as many men under 5'8" as there are over 6 feet.
Right.
But big and tall men cannot settle for clothing. They have to either get something that fits or they go naked. However,
oh boy.
Yeah. So for short men, however, if they can't find something in a shorter size that fits well, they can settle for regular sizes and have it altered. So because of that market where they can settle, the more lucrative end is the big and tall end. But the population is well underserved. I welcome competitors. I welcome everything at every price point, because we cater to a very specific affluent clientele. If someone wants to come in and help the middle market or the lower end market, please come in. The more the better, because it's a vastly underserved market. We don't want to be the only ones. We're here. We've been doing it. There was a time when there were probably close to 30 retailers in the short men's business, but they were all businessmen. They didn't come from a tailoring and custom background like my dad, and now they're all gone.
Right. We're speaking to so many fellow industry professionals running their own businesses, and can you share a little bit about any painful lessons, any challenges that you came up against and how you faced those?
Well, I think the biggest challenge was trying to find the price point that would be feasible for us to manufacture. When there was a group of stores, we would try to collaborate to get clothing made, and everybody wanted to be at the middle lower price point because it appealed to a larger audience. And that worked for a little while until my dad wanted to to express how he felt the design could be better, but nobody could agree on anything. And we decided to finally, let's go do our own thing. And it turns out the majority of our clientele were looking for better. Being our older customers were doing custom, they were already used to better.
Right.
So it was a good, easy decision to say, let's go after the affluent market. We're going to develop better fit, better fabrics, better clothing, better everything, so that you can have a comparative shopping experience to like a Nordstrom or a Saks. But everything in the store is in a shorter mat size.
Right. What type of clothing would someone want at your store? Like for any event, could they come to your store if they want to go to a wedding, if they want to go to a job interview? If they give us a little bit of an example.
Absolutely. I think my target is to get the guy coming in right after college. I have basic blue suits to get to your first interview. I have wedding tuxes that are perfect for that wedding. And of course, if you really want to go up there, we have red carpet tuxes that we could have, like the celebrity stuff, so the celebrity styles and suits, sportswear, casual wear. We're trying to do a little bit of everything for everybody, for every reason, because until somebody else picks up a different segment of the market, we're trying to capture the customer from the time he gets his first suit to the time he retires.
Wow. And when he walks in, can he expect to have the full experience? Will he be measured? Will he be able to pick out certain fabrics that he might be thinking about?
Yes, if he wants to get something custom made, he can, but if he's on a budget and needs to come in just for his first suit, then he can do that too. We're not about just selling the suit and getting him out the door. We're about building a relationship, getting to understand his needs, where he is as far as his work. Does he have a family? Does he vacation a lot? Does he have a second home? We want to build a wardrobe where it fits his professional, social, and personal lifestyle, so that he has what he needs and he can get all in one place, because most guys don't want to shop multiple locations anyway.
Right, and it really comes down to that, I think, principle is that every business, when you connect with the customer and you really find out what their needs are, it can just do wonders for not only their lives, their transformational lives, they'll keep coming back, but for your business, you get referrals and you word of mouth. So what about online? If someone wanted to buy a suit for a friend, a spouse, a family member, can they do that as well?
Yes, a very small portion of our collection is actually online. Our website does a great deal to drive customers to the store, because there's nothing like the experience of shopping the store. And if they want to go to the website, they can. It's jimmyaus.com. That's spelled JIMMYAUS.com. And they can get a sense of the type of clothing and our philosophy on the fit there. And eventually we will launch a full-blown website that's designed for shopping, but really it's all about coming to the store. We're so confident in what we have in the store. We welcome guys to come in your best custom suit or whatever you bought off the rack, and let us show you what we have off the rack before we even measure you, and see how ours compare. That's how confident we are with what we have. And this way you'll know we're serious about making them look good, even more so than themselves. My dad won't let someone buy the wrong size or go out looking sloppy because he decides he wants to wear it a certain way. He'd rather just not sell it to you. He wants you to look good, because in the end, that's when someone's going to come up to you and say, "Where'd you get that suit? I'm 5'4", and I can't find anything that fits like that."
Right. Any goals for growth? Will there be more locations?
We're looking at that too. I think there's a chance we will open in Chicago and New York.
Fantastic.
And we currently do trunk shows there. And again, I think the future growth will be online, and people will hopefully get a sense of how we like to do our collection, and that'll hopefully definitely support our customers that come in from out of town.
Oh my goodness, fabulous. Again, we're speaking with Jimmy Au, that's Jimmy A-U. I'm sorry, we're speaking with Alan Au with Jimmy Au's for men 5'8" and under. I'm your guest host, Genese Davis, filling in for Rick Franzi. And Alan, I just want to thank you for coming in. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you and hearing about this unique business, this family-run business that I would like to go to just to check it out. Am I allowed?
Sure.
If you could just spell the business's name again.
Yes.
And your website?
Jimmy Owls for men 5'8" and under, and the website is jimmyowls.com. That's JIMMYAUS.com.
I'm absolutely going to take a trip to your business.
Please do.
Just to check it out, with all of the shelving sizes specifically made, all of the mannequins specifically tailored, the entertainment. It sounds like a fabulous business. So just thank you again for being such a friend to the show, and I officially welcome you to the Critical Mass business community.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Alan. Remember, the goal for this show is to help you, our listening audience of CEOs running middle market firms, to improve your decision-making skills. And of course, this show would not be possible if it wasn't for our fabulous advertisers, Decision Toolbox, Smart Business Magazine, Succession Strategies, Center Club, MBM Design, Tone Software, and UPS Protection. We want to thank all of you and all of our listeners for joining us today. Our engineer for today's show is Paul Roberts, our producer, Crystal Nunley, our guest coordinator, Kathleen Shepard, our live events manager is Asia Celestino, and our social media manager is Melissa Padani, and our VP of Sales, Rose Chimera. Again, I'm your guest host, filling in for Rick Franzi. My name is Genese Davis, and if you'd like to learn more about Critical Mass for Business or want to refer a future guest or advertise, please visit our website at criticalmassforbusiness.com. Until the next show, I hope all of your business decisions move your company in a positive direction.